Today we're going to be doing the minor scale, or natural minor scale. The natural minor scale is an arrangement of whole steps and half steps, just like we have learned with the major scale. With the major scale we had a bunch of notes a whole step apart except for between the third and fourth notes of the scale and the seventh and eighth notes. With the minor scale we're going to have half steps between the third and fourth, the second and third and the fifth and sixth notes. So if we were to start on G, which is where we've been doing a lot of our scales here, we're going to have G, whole step to A. Today we're going to be dealing with minor scales, what is more commonly referred to as a natural minor scale. We're going to be building it in the same way that we built our major scales, with whole steps and half steps. The major scale, we had half steps between the third and fourth notes and the seventh and eighth notes. With the minor scale, we're going to have half steps between the second and third notes and the fifth and sixth notes. If we start on the G, on the sixth string, third fret, we're going to go whole step up to A for the second note, half step up to B flat for the third note, whole step up to C for the fourth, whole step up to D for the fifth, and then we have a half step to E flat, whole step up to F for the seventh note, and then a whole step back to the root up to the G. We're actually going to work our way through these scale patterns today in each of the 5 root patterns from the Cage System lesson primer. If you don't know what I'm talking about, what you may want to do is go back through my lessons and find the one marked Cage System lesson, and do that one, and then maybe do some of the major scale lessons, and then come back to this one, and this will actually be a lot easier to understand. The written portion of this will be on either on my blog, which is blog.markwein.com, or on the premierguitarlessons.com website. Both those URLs should be on this YouTube page if you're not looking at the blog or the website, in the comment section or the about this video. Alright, so we're starting with root pattern 4. Alright, root on the 6th string, 3rd fret for the G, 4th string, 5th fret, and 1st string, 3rd fret. Alright, so we're going to be going whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step back to the root, and then whole step back here on the 2nd fret, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, back to the root. And then we also have 2 more notes in that position that we're going to put on here. So I'm going to put the metronome on 60 beats a minute. I'm just going to do eighth notes through each of these patterns, starting with pattern 4. Alright, now pattern 5, the root pattern, is on the 5th fret on the 4th string and the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Alright. Notice that I started on the lowest root in the position, played through all of the notes, going up, and then I went down, and then I went down past the root, and then came back up to it and ended on the root. What we're trying to do is we're trying to train your ear to hear this as a minor scale. If we were to start on some other note, because of what we call modalization, the arrangement of half steps and whole steps becomes different, and it'll sound different. So we don't typically want to learn a scale pattern or a fingering pattern from the lowest note in any position, because chances are it's going to turn it into a different sound, which we don't want. Right now we're just training your ears to hear this as a minor scale, and then part of that is just starting and ending on the root. Alright, so our next root pattern after 5 is we're going to return back to pattern 1. Alright, G on the 10th fret, 5th string, and also on the 8th fret on the 2nd string. I'm going to start on my 4th finger here. Alright, now we have pattern number 2. Alright, pattern number 2, we're going to start on our first finger. That'll just lay it out a little bit easier. And we have the root on the 10th fret on the 5th string, 12th fret on the 3rd string. Okay. And then the last pattern in this group is going to be pattern 3, root on the 15th fret, 6th string, 12th fret on the 3rd string, and 15th fret on the 1st string, starting on the 4th finger. Now, after that, we would actually start back over on pattern number 4, like we had played down here. It's just 1 octave higher. So all we're doing this week is we're just getting these scale fingerings under your fingers and kind of in your memory. What we're going to do in the next couple lessons is we're going to learn how to harmonize the scale. We're going to learn what the differences between relative majors and relative minors are. And then after this section, what we're going to be doing is we're going to talk about analyzing chord progressions a little bit more and doing a little bit of songwriting as well as some improvisation applications.